The Wallabies came out of the blocks fast, swinging side to side just like Uncle Shervo in the good old days. But the All Blacks showed their class, repelling the punches and lifting the hoodoo in the capital. And in the rumble in Mbombela, the world champions go Ali Bumbaye with a haymaking finish to be crowned TRC World Champs. Goeiedag and welcome to the Rugby Heads powered by the Pig Athletic Club. My name is Sione, and joining me to form this A-team, the Goodna A-team, we have Fijian International, former Fijian International, Nemani Nandolo. Welcome, brother.
How you going, mate?
So the Rugby Championship champions have been crowned. Quick little rundown of today's show. Just go through the action from the Rugby Championship and the BLEDISLOE Cup over in Wellington. And then we pick our team of the series, TRC team of the series. And then we debrief the WXV series. And then we go to a top 14 update. And then there's a bit of drama over in Fiji that will go across as well. But like always, we start off with our performer of the week. Who was your top performer of the week?
Mate, mine was not one from the championship. I went with the Wallaroos. I pumped them up last week after they lost, and I'm sure they would have got a talking to. But for me, it was Maya Stewart.
Maya Stewart, yeah.
Maya Stewart, Waratahs. She was unbelievable. Every time she got ball in hand, she was just dangerous. Yeah. And I just think she's been playing consistently well too. Yeah. That's the thing. So I thought she played well in Newport when they played Wales, and then she just came alive. And she's starting to become a mainstay in that Wallaroos jersey, and the keeper for now in the number 14 jersey. So really impressed. Whenever wingers do well, I'm always going to try and give them the shout out. So mine goes to Maya Stewart.
Good shout. I also had Maya Stewart, but I'm going to switch over, and because you did shout out the Wallaroos last week, and then you said the wind's coming, and it came. And my shout out last week for WXV series was the Dutch, my adopted nation. The Dutch Dames, they made their debut in the WXV series, and they tied. They were winning for most of the match. They tied 8-8 with Samoa. So it's looking good. The chances are looking good for qualifying for the Rugby World Cup next year for the first time ever. Lekker bezig, dames. And let's get the next one. I think it's against Spain. But I also had another one that we'll definitely go into around the grounds. Just the crowd over in Wellington and in Mbombela. As someone watching it from TV, I'm like, this is one of those moments where you need to be in that. It's had the Six Nations sort of feel when the crowd were so loud, and especially during the anthem. So it's good to see the TRC on the trajectory up atmosphere-wise. And then let's just get into around the ground, starting off with the All Blacks versus Wallabies. All Blacks ran away with it in the second half over in Wellington. Thoughts on the game, and who stood out for you?
I just thought, the Wallabies came out, we talk about the first 30, 40 minutes. Yeah. They seem to be clicking, and then they just sort of fall off at the end there. A lot of positives, but in saying that, it's 20 points that the All Blacks got away. I don't think the All Blacks played the best game they've played. It's coming. Like I said with the Wallaroos, I think the Wallabies are coming. They have a rest now, and they go away to. They got the Grand Slam. I think it's a 40-year anniversary. So, hopefully, this will build up for them. But it's just one of those games where you're hopeful, and then sort of towards the end there, you could sense that the All Black would. You're just waiting for the penny to drop. Yeah. For the All Blacks to pounce. A lot of good performers. Again, Satiti, man, he was a freak. Killed it.
Crazy.
But for me, look, Jake Gordon, I can't go past him again. He's meant for that Wallaby jersey, He's just playing really well. His leadership, I would have liked him to play the week before, but you probably kind of think that he's going to be the number 9. Because there's rebuilding, right? But then how long are you going to be rebuilding for? You've got to get these combinations sorted. Yep. For me, Jake Gordon, 9, and then I thought Satiti again, just solid. Like a Islander version of Ethan Blackadder. Yeah. and I said this before. So, yeah, but again, it's disappointing. You know what really gets me, man, is like the build up, all this hype up about about the BLEDISLOE, and I get it. You've got to get, you got to mark it up, and you've got to, market it so that people can watch it. But I don't know, man. Like it's like Groundhog Day, like you sort of just like I was, the first, like the whole hype about it was good, and then it's just, I don't know. It's just, I just think they should just keep the BLEDISLOE and just make up a new cup.
Yeah.
Start fresh. You can have it. Keep it.
Whoever's winning.
I actually don't think they've moved it out. Maybe I think there's a bit of dust on that when they
just make up a new one. Whoever's winning in the 30th minute, they get a cup for the 30th minute cup. We would have won that one. They did look good, and like you said, the All Blacks weren't flash, but they were still winning. Like in the first half, Aussies were all over them, but at halftime, New Zealand was still up by 7 points. So it shows.
You know what? Like, I'm really impressed with the way they played like that in the first. Their defense, like they actually they threw the kitchen sink.
Yep.
At the All Blacks, like they were relentless, and I just thought, holy heck, we're on here. I think if they can continue that through for the whole 80, Russ, they're going to be really dangerous. They're, like I said about the Wallaroos, it's coming. I think let's not, and I think the good thing about Schmidt is really, he's pretty straight talking. I mean, he's pretty realistic in what he says about the team and whatnot. And again, he can't be as much as us punters can be happy about their performance, but there's a realist point as well where you're going to be like, well, you still lost by 20. But a lot of building for the Wallabies. I think hopefully they'll do well in Europe. I actually think maybe they should go. It'd probably be good for them to go play in Europe against the European countries because. When you're playing New Zealand and South Africa, it's I think any team would probably wouldn't like that. Yeah. It's like playing in the PNC when you have to play Samoa and Tonga. It's just like, you're going to get bashed here. You're going to play a physical game. They're going to bash you. It's one of those ones. So, yeah, it'd be good.
Smith, speaking of Smith, he has sort of teased that there will be Aussies from that are over in Europe now that will make the makeup of the squad in Spring Tour, as well as looking into, because they will be available as well during the Lions series next year. Watching some of the games now, do you see any who stands out for you over there that we need?
I still think our forward pack needs a bit of bolstering. Like Lucan, when he comes on, he's actually, when he comes on, he makes a difference. We need people like him. So your likes of Skelton, Will Skelton, and I would even go further as bringing someone like Kane Douglas in. Yeah, like the wear and tear, and like if you know people who know Kane Douglas, like he's comes from a league background. He's hard. He's been playing for this long. Yeah. And I think someone like him in the Wallaby squad, just that old, grunt. I'd like to see Azai Parisi there. Yeah. He's actually, we're 2 games in, but he seems at home there. These are the sort of plays you wanna bring in. And again, I think Tane Edmonds needs to be in this Wallaby squad.
Mate, did you see his game? Was it today?
Yeah, he needs to be like you. It's crazy if you're not going to pick Tane in the Wallaby squad in November. I think moving forward, this is the best thing that's happened for his career. I think is not hanging around doing preseason for 5 months through New Zealand and Australia. He's gone over there and he's actually like piling his trade, and he's just his craft. He's honing, he's sharpening his skills and his craft. And look, it's going to be ludicrous if you're not going to pick him for the end of year tour. Yeah. I just think he's earned his spot. When I say earn his spot, I think he's been exposed to a whole to different rugby in New Zealand. It's different playing against the Kiwis. It's one thing playing against the Kiwis, right? But it's another thing actually going there and immersing yourself in New Zealand. I had the opportunity to do it, and my game went, back in my days, I guess. But someone like Tane and a 10, and we got to see more of it. I think they're my guys that I'd play in the Wallabies. But again, like even Tolulatu, these guys.
I was just about to bring him up. I'm like,
yeah,
because when you play teams, you're like, they have that aura, and then I'm looking at the Wallabies now. They wouldn't have that sort of. You won't be scared to play him, but if you bring someone like Dolu in, if you're standing across from Dolu and you're looking at him just staring you down, you're gonna be in your head. You second guess yourself, and mate, set piece time, he's always on.
Yeah, 100%. And he's this guy, like, he's sort of kamikaze. There's a photo floating around of him tackling me, him and Skelton, and he'd probably get a red card in league if this happened. What's that tackle where you come under? Whatever.
Oh, the hip drop or something like that.
Yeah, mate. There's a photo floating around. I was like, sorry. So like that, and guys in Europe will know these guys.
Yeah,
like you said, guys are probably, they probably can't wait to play Australia as opposed to playing New Zealand and South Africa. I mean, you want to play the big games, but I just think, it'd be great to see these guys play. But it's you need those guys, and I think you need that aura, that aura in the Wallaby squad. But it's coming. Like I said, we just have to keep believing Schmidt and hoping that it'll turn around in November.
That's a good shout. That's similar names, but I forgot about Kane Douglas. He's actually playing well this year, getting more game time with La Rochelle since his move from UBB, and it's and even being at those top clubs in the world, like just you having that experience. And one other name I had was Scott Seal over in Exeter. He's one of the he's in that leadership group over there. He's part of the captaincy group, and that. Loose head. We need more players. Like Gaile's doing well, but I think the experience, we need that experience over there, and even to have Gaile learn off someone like Scotty, one of the best to do it. And so I think it's something to, hopefully that we get to see. But it was good for the Wallabies. Some good signs, but definitely a lot to work on. I had someone. You already said Jake Gordon. I thought he was a massive difference. Even just him, you see him in defensive line out the back. You probably would have heard him when you played against him, just yelling, just making sure to get them, which was a problem over in Sydney when we played the All Blacks. There was when the All Blacks got those first tries. Jake Gordon's cool head. And then I thought Noah did well. I thought Noah normally takes him half a game to get into it, but I thought he did really well, especially in that first half to get us in there. And then it was only this little errors again in the second half. We'll get attacking the line, or the Wallabies were attacking the line. And then those little knock-on errors that kind of let us down, but that was just from All Blacks being so aggressive in defense. It felt like the All Blacks were just defending the whole game, and when they got the ball, they scored. So credit to the All Blacks.
Another shout out I must give. I want to give is Dylan Peach. Remember I harped on him. Yeah. Before the Wallabies, he kind of reminds me of like a Marika Korimbete in the sense that he's not afraid to get his head. In tough places. Or he was a flanker, wasn't he? Sevens, or I thought he played really well. He went for the ball tackle. I thought he held contained his opposition somewhat, but Dylan Peach again. He was again. I'm not surprised by the way he played. He played 60-odd minutes, and he
did really well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. These are the guys I was harping on before the thing started. So it's good to see him actually get his chance. Yeah,
it's good to see Schmitty must be listening to the show. So big fan. Make sure you like and subscribe, Schmitty. Thanks, mate. But we'll touch on All Blacks. Damian McKenzie. He really showed his worth off the bench, which might go against him if he wants to start, because it just showed that he is different player when he comes off the bench. What did your thoughts on Bodie at 10? Do you think he's the long-term option?
Oh, look, I don't think he'd be because how old is he?
He's still signed till the next World Cup.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, I think it was just settled. Yeah. The back line and the team just seemed a bit settled with Bowden there. And Bowden's kind of like a Steve Larkham, just cool, collective. He backs his skills, his speed. He knows when to pounce. His kicking game's sound. I think that's the 5'8" that New Zealand need. Yeah. And I just like you said, McKenzie coming off the bench, not a bad impact. He can slot in at fullback at 10, but I just think Bodie is the 10 for the All Blacks until Richie maybe comes back. But again, maybe Razor was probably trying a lot of things, and I think they already know who the 10 is.
Yeah,
I just think maybe giving Damien a lot of time there, but Bowden was the difference there. And when he played, he just a bit of a Dan Carter about him. I thought settled.
Yeah, I thought even when D-Mac came on, I thought Bodie played better with D-Mac when they worked well together. But also, it just got announced this week or last week. Did you play with Lester Whanganuk?
No, he was still in high school.
Okay. But yeah, he just announced that he's back and he's chasing that All Blacks jersey. So, mate, it's going to be... I think he's playing a lot of 13 over there in Toulon. So it'll be interesting to see that battle for 13 jersey, because I thought Leonard Brown played well at 12, really well at 12, especially in defence. But yeah, mate, that's some good things brewing for the All Blacks leading into their spring tour as well.
Another guy who I thought played well for New Zealand, he doesn't really get the mention that he gets all the time, and fair enough, he's been there for a while. But Rico Ioane,
mate.
He watches the show. He follows me. We follow each other. So he's been playing really well. And he doesn't get and that's what I like about him. He just goes about his business. But he's another guy that's playing well. Like you said, Leicester's coming in. It's going to be a headache for them to choose. But I think the good thing about Leicester going and having a few seasons in Europe, again, exposes him to different sort of rugby.
Yeah, true.
Like I played in all these different countries and I learned things about, what rugby works for them in their countries. So for him to come back, and he's still young, bros. I think he's still got 2 more World Cups in him, It's good. Good for New Zealand rugby, good for him. He's gone over there, cashed in on the Euros. And then just gets out before you have to pay taxes. So. Well, mate, the Euros goes a long way down in Christchurch there.
True.
So what I'm told. That buys a lot of jet skis, boats, and Ford Rangers.
Just make sure you Western Union some of that cash back home to Tonga, mate. I know he broke a lot of hearts, Tongan hearts, when he announced he's coming back to chase the All Blacks jersey, because a lot of us thought that, Richie's going to stay in Japan, and then Leicester, and then we've got all the other Shannon Frizzell, and then, all these boys are coming back for the black jersey. And
they got they gave me the, God, mate.
They must have looked at the Tongan team now and goes, sorry, mate.
Plan C, mate. Plan C, come on.
Okay, and then over to the championship game in Mombela. My atmosphere was amazing. Eben, he passed who's the lock that had the record?
Victor Matfield.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot the name. Eben becomes the most capped Springboks of all time. What a game. Your thoughts on the game, and who stood out for you?
First of all, that atmosphere, I've never seen that stadium before. They usually don't go there, do they?
No, I don't think so.
Test matches there?
I think the last one was 2 years ago, but that was the first time in so long, and they played the All Blacks there 2 years in 2022, I think it was. The atmosphere, and it was so loud. It was like a European stadium. Like when in the first half, everyone's just yelling and screaming. I'm like, far out, this is sick.
Yeah, no, I wasn't too surprised about the result. I think there was a reaction that was going to come. And we all knew it. Eben again led. And you know who for me, and surely the Springbok supporters and fans can give him a rest now, or until November anyway, is their 10.
Money Lebok.
What's his name? Lebok. He literally, and again, for him to for a lot of people to call him to, that's the last of his Springboks time. He played cuck, he played rubbish, he played this. And then Razor just goes and just be like, you know what?
Crazy, yeah.
You're right. I'm going to play him at 10 this Saturday. And he just goes out and kills. I think he didn't miss a goal, I think he got his goal.
No, he didn't kick. So Rusty gave the goal kicking to Hendrick, the
Hendrick,
9.
that's right, the 9.
The 9.
But his
around the
game and was just, you know, he's got to be. I just love that. Like, it's honestly, it's like a movie. The Springboks at the moment. It's a movie.
Passes. Yeah, literally.
It's literally a movie in sequels. Like, you know, like if it was mate, that'd all be up for Grammys or what is it, Emmys, whatever. But I was just really happy with the way they played. They showed Springboks of old, and we like again, Argentina. You know, this always happens commonly, as you see. You know, I guess it speaks for himself. They kill it one week, and then, you know, just the next week the wheels fall off. So
yeah, I think what shot him in the foot, I think they tried to do a little Russie, because they put a lot of the experienced guys that were starting the whole tournament on the bench. I think they were trying to do a bomb squad, but by the time the bomb squad came on, there was nothing left.
Mate, the place had already been bombed up by the time they got on. So, but look, you know how you say that, Razzie's actually, you know, he's trendsetter. So it just doesn't work for some of us.
Oh man! Now what a game! And Lebok, when you touched on Lebok, I thought he's been their best 10 just in that one game. Yeah. Like attack wise, he's the best 10. I'm like, and I was thinking to myself during the game, what if they had Lebok and Feinberg Zulu on at the same time? And then I did a bit of Googling. They play for the same club. Lebok is the 10 and Feinberg is the 12 at their club. I'm like, man, this is the Rusty knows what he's doing, keeping Lebok in the squad, having both of them in the squad, and then both having time at 10. So, mate, it's a scary, scary, scary future. Looking forward to the Springboks.
Do you reckon this could be like the Springboks, this dominance? Do you reckon this could possibly be one of the greatest period or golden eras for the Springboks?
It's got to be.
Or any rugby nation. Like, remember the All Blacks were from 2011 or 10 to 15, like they had that golden era?
Yep.
Do you reckon this, I think, you know, like, and people comment and let us know your thoughts, but I actually think this Springboks era would have to be one of the best ever.
It's got to be.
2 World Cups, you've got all the trophies. Yeah, you've lost a few games here and then, and I'm sure the Irish are going to say, yeah, but they're not ranked number ones. Listen, if you're into the rankings, you're the best in the world.
Yeah.
But, you know, trophies is what, I guess, talk. So, yeah, I just think the Springboks have to be now one of the best rugby teams of
eras of all time.
Eras, yeah. Has to be a golden era. Has to be.
Yeah, because I'm looking back at their last 2 World Cups. They weren't favourites at both World Cups, and now they've gone up to that. Like, they're only just getting there now, and they've already got 2 World Cups just in the bloody carry-on luggage, mate. It's scary. And I'm just looking at their scrum, like Franz Malherbe. That Argentinian scrum is not an easy scrum to beat, and they made him look like little kids, like the Ox. Yeah. Ox, I thought the Beast was one of their best props of all time. Ox is already, he could be the best loosehead I've ever seen ever. Like, his dominance is crazy.
Well, with Ox, like, I just, I don't really know too much about scrums, but there's like a look on his face, hey, before he goes down, they just look at him.
He knows.
Like, boy, and he just, like, takes him. You've got to be that strong. I don't know how it is. You know, like, is it technique? Is it strength?
It's a bit of both, but mostly technique, especially to beat world-class tight heads the way he does. It's like he made Scalvi fly 2 times in the air last week, and this time they all just went through him. Like, it was scary. It was scary to see. So good luck to the Northern Hemisphere teams taking them on in the Autumn Nation series. So good luck, man. Wow, crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of glazing on the Springboks. But yeah, Argentina, they had little decent patches throughout the game. But yeah, it just looked like the Springboks were in their head. Like, I think this few times the Pumas boys tried to do that little push and shove battle off the ball, and the Springboks just weren't having it. They were just running back, helping them up, and then go back to their position, ready to go. I'm like, mate, this just makes it worse when you're trying to push and shove and they're helping you up, and then just go back to the position. I'm like, mate, this guy's a next level.
It's like that under 12s team that's full of Islanders, and then you have to go play something like North Ipswich, and they're all little white boys. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Goodna Eagles versus North Ipswich.
Yeah.
and you rock up and you're like, I don't want to play, Dad. Dad,
No.
I don't want to play. I want to. That's what it's like.
Yeah, and then the only way they used to beat us is they stole Sonny Mendenhall back then. So that's a little.
Give the ball to Sonny, Russ.
But before we head on, I just wanted to mention Cheslin Colby. Like his footwork, bloody crazy. Even his work in defense, and then Damien Diolande. Oh wow, just wow. But they'll definitely get mentioned here in our TRC series. Team of the series. We'll start with number one. I don't think we can debate this one. This is going to be Ox and Chi. Ox. So we'll lock in Ox and Chi as our loose head and in the team of the series. And number two, I had two names. I had Bongi Mbonambi. I probably could have three. Could have put Malcolm Marks in there and then Cody Taylor. Those three I thought were the best three hookers in the competition. Who do you reckon? Who would you put in your team of the series?
Look, Mbongi was good because he was consistently, he was there.
Yeah.
But then again, Marks, he's crazy. Look, I'll go with Cody Taylor. I just think he played consistently well for the All Blacks, and he puts in a hell of a shift. I'm not saying the other two don't.
Yep.
But I've got a funny feeling this team of is going to feature a lot of Springboks. So I'm going to go with this one with Cody Taylor. Yeah,
I'll go with that. More game time, obviously more stats, and mate, it's good to see him back to his best after his little holiday at the start of the year.
Do you want to hear a fun fact about Cody Taylor?
Yeah.
He used to live in Crestmead in Brisbane. Yeah. In Marsden, he used to play for the Mustangs. And so he's actually, he lived in Logan and in Crestmead for a few years. That's his claim to Logan City, I reckon. But,
Mate, we could have had Tyrell Lomax and then Cody Taylor as a Wallaby. Wow.
Yeah. So, he's from. He tries to clumsy. Mate, you're there for 6 months. Calm down.
6 months.
He claims Marsden State School. I was a Crestmead State School. So.
Shout out Crestmead.
Shout out Mustangs.
So Cody Taylor in at hooker, and then at three, Franz Malherbe. Mate, just a big old farmer. You just can't move him. Farmer's tractor.
He must love a red wine and steak.
He looks like it.
Like you know what I mean? Like those guys are hard. Those farmers are hard men. They eat, you know what I mean? So,
mate.
And a few ciggies maybe.
So lock in Franz Malherbe. At lock, I had three names. Tupou Vai, one of the standout for the All Blacks, and then the two Saffers, Rua Nokia and Eben Esteban.
I've got to have Eben there for one.
Yep.
Look, I'm going to go the two Springboks. Yep. I don't know. I mean, Ver played really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he played well.
He's Tongan, eh?
Tupou Vai.
No, his last name Vai. Tupou. Yeah, no, Tupou played really well actually on the weekend.
Yeah. Rua Nokia came out of nowhere too, so and his stats are crazy. He would have probably got the best stats out of everyone, but up to you. Ruan or Tupou?
I reckon Knox. Is it
Nokia?
Nokia and Eben. You've got it. Eben's bloody.
Right. Lock in.
He's actually, and the thing with Eben, he's come off the bench a few times, but he's actually had the help. When he's come off the bench, it makes a big difference.
Mate, unreal. Some of his carries on the weekend were just back to his best. And at 6, this is. I reckon he could be one of the, the way that we look at some of the greats in the All Blacks jersey. I had Wallace Atiti at 6. Yeah. Mate, he's been outstanding. I think he's played more international games now than he has started Super Rugby games. So it's crazy.
There's no brainer with him at 6. He's
Yeah, it looks like there's no nerves. Like you think coming in, he'd just be nervous, and it looks like he's just playing at the park or something. They're just slow. His footwork is crazy.
He's definitely different from his old man. That's for sure. His old man was tough.
Yeah,
and maybe a bit cheap and dirty playing against old Seymour. But he's. He hit hard too.
And he's so well spoken too after the match. He's like the nicest guy, and he's just, mate, So yeah, Wallace Satiti. At 7, I thought he played. He was a standout on the weekend as open side flankers. Peter Steph Dutoy, tallest open side flanker in the world, and mate, one of the best. I think he got 3 decent turnover wins at the ruck too, and that try. Even that line-out move they did, holy. No look pass in there. They're just making it
he's mine, and I think he'll be probably running to be World Player of the Year.
I think a lot of these Springboks will be in there. I would give it to Ox, but I'm a loose head, so yeah, and we never win awards, but yeah. Peter Steph Dutoy. And at number 8, I had Jesper Visser. His runs on the weekend too, and maybe it's a bit biased just because he's one of my favourite players, watching him doing his thing at Leicester and over the years. But I thought, who else at 8? Or could have Artie. Artie's been doing well in defence.
Valentini as well, you know.
No, he's been playing 6 though. Oh, Valentini.
That's right,
6. What a game he had on the weekend too. We didn't mention him in the game, but Valentini, man. 8. Yeah, because Wilso was at 8, so I had Jesper throughout the comp. And Jesper came in late too.
Yeah, Jesper came in late actually. He apparently played from Argentina onwards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's the All Blacks onwards. So he would have got...
All Blacks, the last All Blacks one, eh?
Yeah, so...
Artie's a good shout. Artie played really well, I thought.
Work rate,
I'd go Artie.
Yep, lock in Artie Savea. And at number 9, I know we're going to get a lot of hate for this, but if you're watching him, he deserves to be here. I thought he was the best 9 in the comp, and he's the best 9 in Australia, Jake Gordon. I had Jake Gordon.
Jake Gordon. You're right. We're probably going to get a lot of...
Yeah. But if they're watching, they would agree. They would agree.
Yeah. And listen, don't drop Jake Gordon.
Yeah. And make sure you reply to Nems next time you message him, mate.
Yeah, Ross, you still got me on scene, man. But I know you're busy anyway. So.
At 10, this is a tough one. I had Sasha Feinberg, Makoma Zulu, and Thomas Albanons as well. They could have put D-Mac in there as well because he had some decent games, and I think he was the top point scorer in the whole comp. Who would you put at 10 out of the competition after the series? Who's your best 10?
Well, Springboks actually changed their 10s over the course, eh?
Yeah, Feinberg started up until
Argentina.
After New Zealand. So he missed the last 2 games because he was actually injured the whole series. He just didn't tell anyone.
I'd like to go Bodie, but he came off the bench. He only played 1 game, so you can't really pick him. Look, I'll let you pick this one. I can't pick one.
Yeah.
Hard to pick.
Because we'll put it to the story. I think we'll put it to the story. Because Thomas Albanons didn't start against the All Blacks as well. He started later in the series, and what a series he had as well. So we'll put it in the story. So if you're watching and want to vote, head over to Big Athlete Club Stories, and we'll. Last week we put in the votes, and a lot of people were voting. It's good to see some of the players voting for their teammates as well. And on the wings, Caleb Clark and Cheslin Colby. I had Cheslin and Caleb on the wings. So
especially you got to mention out Carrera, Argentinian.
Carreras, Yep.
He's consistently played well. He's rapid. I thought
I think I would have had Carreras there until they had their battle on the weekend, and then Cheslin just showed, mate, he was on.
You'd have to go Cheslin and
Caleb Clark.
He's starting to become.
How can you? It's like no one can tackle him. Like it's
he's got big legs, man.
Mate, crazy.
You know what the funny thing was? The funny thing was, and I was cracking up laughing. It's probably a winger thing. When he got his reaction when he got sent off in the lap, he was literally offside. He was coming from offside. He picks up the ball and he's like. Boy, I'll tell you what, he'd win a Grammy, that's for sure.
The funny thing you mentioned that we did we clipped up what you said about Leicester's game last week, and then Isaiah Parisi, and I clipped up all his highlights and put it with your stuff, and then Isaiah was like, shot for the love, boys. Thanks for not including my Emmy Award acting surprise when I got carded as well, because he did the same. It was like the tap off and then he just went in and tackled him before 10, and then he got up and was like
Mate, if I was a referee, because it's Parisi, I would have just said, I would have given him red. Don't act like that again. Mate. Get off.
The commentators hate him too. They're like, mate, if he's going to keep doing that, he's going to get a card. And then he got carded. See, we've been saying it from the start, mate.
Mate, send him to jail. Oh, he's a good man, Parisi.
Shout out Parisi. Back to the team. So we've locked in Caleb Clark and Chester Colby on the wings. And in the centres, I had Damien Deolander and Jesse Creel.
Oh, I'd like to put Rico in there. I thought he consistently had a good Tri Nations. I think 13, Rico.
Yep, I'm happy to do that. I'm a big fan of Rico's. His defense is really up there this year. We know what he can do in attack.
And when people write him off, I'm just like, mate, this guy is like consistently delivering. Like, what are you guys? Yeah, he doesn't score tries as he did when he was a winger, but he's doing his core as a centre. And I just think you can't go past him.
And that's probably the toughest position to defend in world rugby. So, mate, he's doing a good job at 13 as well.
You'd have to give a special shout out to Jesse Creel. Yeah. I mean, that's a hard. Jesse Creel played really well. Yeah, we're probably going to get some.
Yeah, we'll definitely be getting some hate. So
we'll get some hate from South Africa. Calm down, guys. It's just for fun, eh? But yeah, look, I think in every other team of the Tri Nations, Deolander and Creel will get it, but I just think Rico won, and then you can pick number 12.
Yeah, sweet. So lock in Damien Deolander and Rico Ioane. And at fullback, I had Afalele Fassi. Mate, unbelievable. I didn't know who he was before the TRC this year, and mate, what a talent! What a talent!
Yeah, he's going to be LaRue's replacement.
Yeah.
He's quick. He's rapid for a tall guy.
Crazy,
he's pretty tall. He looks tall.
Yeah, and he's still got those little errors. So you know, there's a lot where he needs to go, and he's still bloody crazy good as well.
Man, as long as Razzie's at the helm, these players are only going to become, even better, which is scary, bros.
And then the next generation of players coming through as well, so make him even better. Whoa.
Well, he's part of that next generation. He's only like 20 years old or 21 or something.
Shit. Hopefully we got some cooking. We got some cooking over here in Australia.
Unfortunately, they lost to Fiji schoolboys on the weekend. So,
mate, Fiji, another one. But anyways, that was our TRC's team of the series. If you got a problem, make sure you let us know in the comments. Thank you.
No racial comments as well. No bad negative comments. Just some feedback. We just want some.
Yeah. And for next week, since there's no TRC, let us know what team you want us. We did the Pacific Island team last time. There was a week off. But yeah, let us know. Maybe we could do all-time greatest Springbok team of all time, since we're this whole team is pretty much all Springboks. But yeah, let us know what team we should do next year for our little draft team. Anyways, quick little debrief into WXV. WXV1 kicks off tonight, but in WXV2, the Wallaroos got redemption over the Welsh when it mattered. Last week, they narrowly went down in Wales in a warm-up game, but this time the Aussies managed to get a 37-point win. It was 10-5 at halftime, and then the Aussies just ran away with it in the second half. You mentioned May Stewart. Your thoughts on the game and the comeback of the Wallaroos?
Yeah, I just thought they played really well. They, weather played, I think, a big part of it. It was a bit dry.
Yep.
And I just think they just went another level. I think that whatever they did, they obviously got a talking to, or they got told off or whatever, but it helped, I think. And they're just a completely different side from the week that played. And Wales, playing Wales in Northern Hemisphere, what it's like playing over there when it's cold and wet. It's it doesn't suit the Australians or anyone from Southern Hemisphere. But you've seen that when they played there, they're running rugby.
Yeah.
It opens up. This is how they play it. And I think the weather and conditions played in their part. But also they just, they're a team that rectified their problems from the week before.
Yeah.
But don't get carried away. Still a long way to go. I think they just, it's easy to get carried away in big wins like that, particularly at test level. They've just got to calm down and, they got another important game. And I'm sure, they all want to go back to the top. So Yeah, really pleased with the Wallaroos. As
Yeah.
you know, I'm a big fan. And, keep going, girls.
Yeah, like you mentioned May Stewart, it was evident that, because she's been playing well
Yeah.
like the last few games, that she just never got those opportunities. Every time they went to her, she was scoring, but then there was only 1 or 2 times they were going to her the whole game. And I felt like they kind of noticed that they needed to just get the ball in her hands. And, notably in the first half, she made breaks off her own bat, just doing that good in and out and running around him. But yeah, May Stewart was one of the best once again. And then G-Fred at 13, I thought her work in defence, unbelievable. She's always been one of the top players. And then Eva Kapani, number 3. She's back to her best. She was the player of the year last year for the Wallaroos during the WXV series, and it's good to see her back. Dulcing girls, mate, for her try in that first half was unreal.
When she's fit, she's dangerous. When she's injury free, she's such a major asset to the Wallaroo squad.
Yeah.
So if they keep her injury free, she's going to be dangerous for them. And it's kind of like just with the ball in hand, she's just dangerous. She's hard to tackle. Yeah,
and I know I've been critical of the Wallaroos the last few weeks and the coaching staff, but the way that they've moved Brodie O'Gorman from the backup tight head into that starting loose head spot, moving from one side to the scrum to the other is often tough. But mate, the scrum, the Wallaroos scrum had that ascendancy the entire game, and mate, credit to the scrum. Whoever's the scrum doctor over there in camp at the moment, the girls are looking really well at set piece in that department. So credit to the Wallaroos, and it's good to see them finally getting that win, and good luck for the rest of the series. Let's get that Rugby World Cup qualifying spot, which I think they already got. And when you said how it is playing, when you spoke about the Wallaroos over in Wales last week, playing in the cold. How did you go? Well, I remember my first time when I went to Portugal and then went to play in Amsterdam, my series there, and mate, we get cold here, but it's a different kind of cold when you go over there. I'm like, how did you go the first time, and then how did you survive over there playing in that sort of weather?
Oh man, I struggled a little bit in Leicester. So I obviously went to the back end of my career, and Leicester, it is cold, like in the Midlands, and I used to just struggle, like -3, -2, and the boys are loving it. I was like, oh my,
warm up,
you body language, But in it was I must say I owe a lot to Aled Walters, who's the head trainer there. And he's actually with South Africa when they won it, and I think he's still with England. Aled Walters and Steve Borthwick. Honestly, probably we worked hard, but I just remember Steve and Aled would just come up to me like, "We get your body right, You just do what you need to do, Nems. I don't care what you do, just get your body right for Saturday." So, we'd do training, and then you'd get subbed in and out. But I was in pre-season, you get pumped. But during the season, Nems, come. And then I'd just be on the one bike. So we had a really good relationship because all we did was and we kick a lot. So there's a lot of kick chase. And another funny story to tell you. So we'd always have kick chase. So, when Harry Potter was one wing. And I was one wing. So they were really hard on Harry. So you're always judged on how quick you ran. So 10 seconds, it was 10 meters per second or whatnot.
Is this kick chase?
Kick chase. It's poof, and Harry Potter, Guy Porter, these guys are up there, who's another? Dan Kelly, everyone's always just about that sprint. And I was never at the top. And then they'd always be like, "Harry, mate, you got to get up." And then, so he, for them, it was get up, and catch the ball, because we always do contestables. And when you got someone like Richard Wigglesworth there, he's a northerner, Sarries, England, he's English coach now. He'd just be swearing in his northern accent. So he got to a point. So Kevin Sinfield and Richie was Wiggy were like, "Hey, Nems, look, because I know I was in quick, so I was like pretty much like, do your best. I say, look, we don't expect you to get up, okay? So just get down and just tackle it. Let the other guys get up. Let them get up. It's easy for them. But you just tackle. So I was like, set. So my job was tackle and get the ball back, and I did all right. But man, every time we'd always get your you get like medals and stars and prizes,
Shit.
For like the speed over certain meters to get there. So we'd always do.
Wow, that's bad though. That's
Me and Kini Murivalu, the fullback for Fiji, we were always the bottom behind some of the forwards. But they never, you probably laugh about it now, but I could just imagine going, look at these slow wankers.
Just doing the video review.
Not once did I ever get like, wait, why are you not running quicker? Like
true,
Harry Potter, Guy Porter, like these guys are like, mate, this is not good enough. They'll just look at, so next clip. That's when I knew, my rugby career is coming to an end.
Where's the next gig at, Matt?
Mate, when they start feeling sorry for you, not getting up you for what you're meant to do, that's when you know. Yeah, mate, look, when can we move this guy on? So that's but kick chase, man, that's all you do.
That's also a good secret though, making best friends with the club trainer and stuff, so they don't snitch on you and stuff.
Bryce, the best people to make friends at. So kids, people who are watching this who want to go professional, there's two people you want to make friends with. Obviously the coaches, you can't control that. They're either going to like you or hate you, right? But there's two people that you can really make friends with, because they will, anywhere. So the trainer, SNC, have some jokes where he's from, get to know about him. Oh, he's from Wales. Oh, yeah, I like Wales. I like Swansea, stuff like that. And the kit man, because over there, kit is like, come. So every time we go, I was always friends with the kit man and the SNC. So that's why, so if people want to go pro, they're the two people you want to make friends with, and then the coaches and be a better rugby player. But
tricks.
I still got kit from 5 years ago. I'm still wearing. So.
Man, that's a good tricks. I always made friends with the S&C, but before you have to turn up for preseason, I was given a message. I was there any like off-season stuff. I wouldn't do any of it. Can you send us a program? I'd never do it, just to like start that little friendship.
I used to do that too. I used to get I'll just do a walk bike, because I also got a bike here. And then we'd always do weigh-ins and stuff and scan the skin fold. I don't know if this was always sad, but our nutritionist at Leicester would just get all the islanders in one go in one group, because I think he didn't trust us if we went singly. And the funny thing was, Russ, the amount of excuses that we got, like that we had made up. Oh, mate, your skin folds is up a few mils. Yeah, look, I'm struggling at home, the weather.
Trying to adapt to this.
And then it's like, if you need help, look, we're here to help. And, bro, so we just to get out of there, right? But then our skin folds. And then we'd get out, right? And then we'd be like, those you're getting your skin folds, and then those excuses like amongst each other. Yeah, just run it straight. Just give me the ball. Nah, man. Come on, get some discipline.
Oh, that's great. Oh, man. Speaking of overseas, how did we go into the top 14 update? How did your club go? My team doesn't play till tonight, but Montpellier played last night. Yeah,
it went down narrowly to Bayonne.
Yeah.
Bayonne, they've looks like they've done their stadium up. They've used to be like, scaffold grandstands, but it looks like they've done it up. Looks nice. Went down. Magala, Fijian international, 7th player, scored the winning try for Bayonne. Montpellier probably not the start to the season they've wanted. They've recruited really well. So, everyone who knows French rugby, when two losses start turning into 3, 4, 5. Be prepared, because there'll be some people out of jobs. So, but hopefully they keep coming. They do well. There's a lot of ex-players that I actually played with in the coaching stuff there. So, let's just get a few wins, boys, and keep Mr. Eltrad happy. Otherwise,
yeah, you don't want to get to that bottom part of
relegation.
That's danger zone. Thank goodness my club Toulouse, the only undefeated team in the comp at the moment, so we won't have any trouble. But good luck against.
Isn't Dupont on holidays in America?
Yeah, I think he's just going around, mate. I don't know what he's doing, because I saw him with the San Diego Chargers NFL team, because he's on leave. He's still on leave because he did finish 7th, so he doesn't have to come back till later. Same with Ben Tamefuna. He's not back till I think later.
So to think that you're undefeated, right? And you can go on a holiday. The world's best player can go on holiday, and he actually won the top 14 player of the year again. So
crazy.
Mate, that's scary.
Must be nice.
Luggage all the teams.
Mate, what a comp. And Bayonne, the stadium looks insane. Like, it doesn't look like a big stadium, but it's just real loud, flags everywhere. So, mate, top 14, that's wonder why they're the best in the world. And then back in your homeland, Fiji, there's a bit of drama going on. Fijian players, including the captain, have called out Fijian rugby over mismanagement of funds, or even just mismanagement during the tour this year and during the Rugby World Cup. ABC Pacific have reported that stars like Semirad Raja fears that he may never play for Fiji ever again, after revealing that there was 3 player strikes during the Rugby World Cup last year, and they were all before the games that they lost, Wales, Portugal, and then England. And then even guys like Ben Gollings come out saying, supporting the group, saying there needs to be a overhaul of the FRU, and players want to, because I don't think there's a Fijian players rugby union like they have over here, like a players union.
There's none yet. Like a FRUPA. No, they don't.
Oh yeah, so you're a former player. Your thoughts, and have you heard any other rumblings around?
Yeah. We have group chats and alumni chats amongst us boys about what's happening. Look, it is frustrating. It's sad. And I could harp on this subject for a while. These players are coming out. It's the truth. I've had run-ins when my time was there as well, and unpaid stuff. But I've moved on from it. If I'll be waiting, I'll be waiting forever. But I think the one thing that that really gets me is that the people that are running the union don't understand that our players, that's what brings in the money. You know what I mean? As in, like, it's like your crop. There's a word for it. It's what you export or import. Our players, Fiji rugby, whether it's a women's team, 20s, men's 7s, if you're wearing that Fiji jersey, you are part of that what brings in. Yeah. And I think the sooner Fiji rugby, who's sitting at the top, the sooner they can realise that and start putting them first, the players first, and their well-beings and their stuff. Like, there's stories now that happened when I was still playing. I mean, I only stopped playing 3-4 years ago, but during my international career, we wouldn't get our playing kit till the day of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, and this is Fiji probably better than all the other unions in the Pacific. Yeah. And, I keep saying this to people when we talk about this subject, is that Fiji rugby is a brand. Yeah. It's the brand. It's not, it's not a rugby. It's a brand now. It's known worldwide, right? And you look at Fiji Drua. I commend the way they've run it. People always, and Fiji, the excuse I'm always hearing is, we don't have the resource. We don't. Go see Fiji Drua's setup. They literally are better than some Super Rugby teams. Their setup, they've got everything state of the art, right? So you can't tell me that they don't have the resource. They can get it. And Fiji Rugby is on a global, is bigger. It's a global brand. It's bigger than Fiji Drua. But yet Fiji Drua seems to be, every jersey now in Fiji is a Drua jersey. So they're marketing it. They're doing it well. They're running it as a business. Fiji Rugby isn't, right? And then this issue with players not getting paid, man, this has been happening since 96. It's, and then one of their guys come out and said, "Oh, we've conducted an internal review."
Yeah.
Internal review. It's like someone killing someone and then saying, "Oh yeah, I'll
investigate myself."
Do you get what I mean? Like and I think people now in Fiji are starting to catch on now because, like, you got to remember, Fiji rugby was heavily influenced by the government and the past government, and so you didn't really want to talk too much. I know a lot of us didn't want to talk because we knew that we're not going to be able to play Fiji ever again, and so a lot of that, boys just get on with it. And I think these guys coming towards the end of their career are starting to be like, well, hold up, to the next generation. We want to know that this is not good enough, and again, Fiji rugby can be like Brazil football, like sort of third world country, but they're the best at the game and they brand Brazil sports, Some of the best players in the world are Fijians, but our union the Fiji rugby union isn't making us be that way, like, I won't go into so many incidents that's happened because I don't think it's my place to say, but I know for a fact that the players always suffer from this, and then this thing about, we need to, you're playing for Fiji, you're playing for your people. I get that's good, and we all do that, but it's a living, it's a job now. These guys get paid for it. If you say you're going to pay the players, or you say you're going to do this for something or for the players, then do it. There's been incidents where guys have been slept at. There's times where guys have had slept at airports, visas not coming in on time, and this is, and you got to wonder, like, who's running it, and allowing this. And for me, the biggest thing I question is the Players Association. I know there's a Pacific Island rugby, which is done by World Rugby. But I just don't think they're good enough. Like, I just think there needs to be someone there that needs to have, the boys at have their interests at heart, and Rupert do a good job at it. New Zealand RPA. So I played in New Zealand 10 years ago. NZ I'm still with them to now. Like, they helped me with my transition into retirement, A lot of Kiwi guys live here now. In Oz, they help you, get in contact with a few people if you need be.
That's good,
And that's what it's like. So, and I think my biggest question is, what are the Players Association or Players Union doing to help these guys? And it's they're not doing enough. Like, they're not doing enough. It's almost like it's, and I don't know any Fiji or former Fiji rugby players that are actually on this board that can actually be a voice and be something. And until we get that, you're going to have this issue. You're going to have this issue about, about things like, I get it. You can have representatives as players who are playing, but they want to play too. They're not going to talk bad about their employees.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, so the fact that this is happening is sad. And a lot of, and you're right, Bruce, a lot of these players say, this is going to affect me playing for Fiji in the future. Well, it is, and it's unfortunate, but until Fiji rugby can get their crap in order, the Fiji house, it's always going to be that. And I always tell people, I said, that's why we don't go as far as quarterfinals, because how do you expect a team to go far if you're not going to come to the table and and be there for what actually brings in people and spectators? It's not the people that are in the rugby board, it's the people that are playing, and unless you start looking after them, no, this is always going to happen. The Fijianas, for instance, like, bless them, they're going through what Fiji, the men's team, went 20 years ago, and it's sad, but you've got to have, Fiji rugby has to be up there with if these guys talk about trying to be in the championships and trying to be tier 1 nations, mate, it's good talking about it on social media, but unless you're going to have your back office and all that at tier 1 level, don't expect your team to be tier 1. Do you get what I mean? And I'll probably get a lot of stick for talking out like this, but it needs to be said. Like,
100%.
If they want to learn, go down to Nundy, to the Fiji Drua headquarters, and go and see how they run their company, because they run it like it's amazing. It amazes me how they do it, and I've been there, I've seen it. And there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of, like, I have people, like I know some people that are in Fiji that are very wealthy. And I said to them, like, oh, look, how come, they come to me and they're like, we want to sponsor, we want to pour money into Fiji rugby, but we just keep getting this and, the same old, you got to do this, you got to do that. They've just had enough. So now a lot of them, they're all starting to go towards the Fiji Drua because, it's like businessmen and good businessmen, they think alike, right? So their brand or whatever they have, they're not going to go to Fiji rugby. They're not going to get anything out of it. They're going to go Fiji Drua. And now Drua is starting to become a sponge for all these, these people, these wealthy people in Fiji that want to actually sponsor, but you talk to them, they're like, but we want to sponsor Fiji rugby but until the people up there, are out, a lot of them are like, we won't deal with them unless the board is out. And that's what people have said to me, and again, it's just merry-go-round at the moment. And it's frustrating, it's sad, because a lot of these players now probably will never play Fiji again. Yeah. And, it needs to come to light. And, again, Players Association, I reached out to them, whoever was the rugby association that looks after Fiji or the Pacific Islanders.
Yeah.
Man, you got to question what they do.
Yeah.
Like, if this happened in New Zealand or Rupa or Australian rugby, I kid you not, it would be nipped in the butt straight away. Do you get what I mean? Like, it would be, done, you're not getting paid, boom, you're getting paid the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Like, you got to question who's representing the players? Who isn't? And this is what frustrates me. And I remember we'd always have workshops from Pacific Island Players Association, and you're just like, mate, don't tell us about this. Go and fix the problem. That's actually, we're not getting this, we're not getting that. Like, that's what they're there for, right? Your rights. So, I question them as well. And I think, look, we can talk about the problem, but the solution, I think, starts with we need people that are actually aren't just there and have the tag of, I'm this, I'm that. They need to be representing the players first. So you need to get a players association. That's, you do it properly. That's Fiji, like I don't know, call it FRUPA, like as in Rupa, you know what I mean? Get people there that are actually going to go and fight for these boys. Because now, Fiji rugby, bros, no disrespect to Samoa Tona, it's on the cusp of it can go to championship rugby.
And you guys have the talent. There. You guys have the talent pool there, mate. It's crazy to see, and it's good that you guys, like players like even you speaking out now, players like Semi Radradra speaking out, because that's the first step of it to change. Because these guys are the image of World Rugby. Like the World Rugby have their attention now on what's happening now, and World Rugby need to do more. Not just the Rupa, World Rugby need to do more, because this is World Rugby's face. Like Semi Radradra was the best player in the world the other year, and something needs to be done. Like.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in the Players Association, Russ. Like, we talk about, we're here to be the voice. Mate, do something about it. Yeah. Stop having these things where players and Fiji now is starting to become a union now. It's starting to become big. That if it brings its old ways and methods into the new era in terms of wanting to play in the championships, you've got a professional team on the island. You got a national, Fiji were in the top 10 in the world, so like you've got all the attributes that the players and coaches have put in the efforts to have done. And you've heard about the coaches that have come in the past, and we've had really good coaches. One coach, for example, Vern Cotter, massive fan. Mate, same thing. A lot of backroom stuff happened. He left, goes to the Blues, and they win it. Yeah. Like Simon did really well for Fiji. Definitely, we all thinking he could have stayed. Yeah. But then he's moved on, and he's done well. But the question you got to ask is, why are these guys coming and going straight away? And I just think until we have like a proper like a players association that represents Fiji solely, you can have World Rugby Pacific Island Players Association. You can have that. I'm all for it because it overlooked all the rugby in the island. Yeah. But Fiji now is getting to a point where it needs its own players association. It does. Yeah. You've got an international team and you've got a professional team that plays in Super Rugby. So now all of a sudden you've got you're dealing with 30 odd players that are on between 75 to 100,000 a year plus. All right. So now, okay. And then now Fiji rugby, you want to try and, Fiji rugby is getting to a point now where a lot of tier one nations are wanting to play them now. You know, so well-being of the players is vitally important. I just think now Fiji needs its own proper players association. And I think I'm going to say that, and I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but at the end of the day, it's about the players and their well-beings. Gone are the days where it's like, hey, you play for the jersey. Remember, we don't have much. We don't have bullshit. Yeah. Bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of these guys don't need to come back. They literally come back because they want to play for their country, and they don't voice their opinions because the fear of not playing for Fiji ever again. There's times there, bros, where we weren't getting paid, but we just got on with it.
Yeah.
And then, I get it. People are going to ask, oh, why didn't you say something then? What is it? You want to say something? You remember who's the old government last time? You don't want to go missing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So people don't understand when you're playing for Fiji, the amount of scrutiny, and back then, I'm going to say the government, when it's heavily influenced, you ain't saying anything, man. And, so I just think two things. Look, we talk about the problem. We have to have a solution. Solution is get a proper player association. I'll put my hands up.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll do it. You know what I mean? But we need to get people in there that are there for the players. Yeah. And I just don't think we have one. And then clean out, let them do their investigation. Get World Rugby to investigate. Yeah. And then, but until then, bros, it's disappointing to see that Fiji Rugby will always be there unless something's done about it.
Yeah. World Rugby, come on. It could be a double, make some money off TV. Could be a good undercover boss sort of thing. World Rugby come in as the cleaner and then see what's going on or something like that, because something needs to be done to fix.
Just one more thing on that. Just got to see the Fiji drill setup, Russ. The way they run their business is like any other business here, overseas. They run it as a business, right? That's why it does well. So when you start running it as a business like that, ticket takes. The Fiji International Test match had 4,000 or something, 3,000 at a night game. And they were that small. They got pushed because the schoolboys final was the next day on prime time Saturday afternoon. That's prime time in Fiji. It got pushed to Friday night. Do you get what I mean? It's ridiculous. Whereas the Drua, 15,000, 12,000 averaging. They've got the highest amount of viewing. They sold over 900,000 merchandise around the world. Take a note from that, and it just frustrates me, bros. The Fiji Drua, and if it's frustrating for us, imagine the guys that are actually playing for the Drua that live on the island, right? Live on the island. They're going from a professional setup across town to Suva on a bike that probably doesn't have a bike seat. Do you know what I mean? It's just what I mean. There's the gym. They're
not riding a bike with no.
I mean, some guys.
No, I remember the gyms over in Suva when we were there. I was like, "What the hell is this guy?"
Yeah, Bryce, the Drua, different level, man. It's got watt bikes. It's got ski ergs. And I just and again, people are tired of it, man. People are tired. Coaches, Ben Ryan has come out. Ben Gollings has come out. Yeah. And when they, and it's funny, it's sad because when they come out, Fijians are quick to shut them down. Yeah. It's like, it's like, oh, you don't know that culture. It's like, mate, shut up. But when the boys come out, it's like, I swear, sometimes we just can't be. Yeah. We can't.
Like you said, they got to look after the boys, the players, not even the boys, but even the girls, because it is, like you said, that's the best commodity out of Fiji is Fijian rugby players. Best in the world. So mate, crazy. We'll keep you updated as the story continues. All right, and that's pretty much the show. We'll put in our Rugby Heads multi. We'll remember this week to put in our multi on the socials. So head over to Pig Athletic Club on Instagram. Nems, shout out. Who are you shouting out?
My big shout out is to the Fiji schoolboys or Fiji under-18s. They beat the Australian under-18s. Are they still called Australian schoolboys? Or
I think they're schoolboys. Yeah.
So they beat them for the first time in history.
Wait, Fiji schoolboys beat Aussie schoolboys.
Yeah, over the weekend.
Oh,
First time in history. I could be wrong about the history part, but Fiji did win. Played them in Suva, Lotoka.
damn.
First time in history. You know, this Australian team's actually they're doing a Europe tour as well. So, congratulations to the Fiji team. Great to see come away with a win, because again, these in the past Australia's using them as training runs. So good to see that they got touched up by our boys in the Fiji under-18s. So
I don't know if I'm making this up, but I'd say Fiji Drew probably have a bit to do with that, because I'd say they have they'd have some of those boys in their pathway system. So, man, it's good to see what Fiji are doing over there, and man,
just got to be governed properly. That's all.
Yeah, trying to get them in before Japan lock them up to university contracts,
like they do in Tonga.
My shout outs is to our missing rugby heads nerds at the moment, Fonz and Alex. Hope you guys are doing good, but mate, I think we've got the A team here, so make sure you make training next week, mate, or mate, got to be cut down to, we'll send you to Freeney at the Pack Podcast. So
Get Freeney to have a rip into you.
But once again, shout out to my Dutch Dammers for the rest of the WXV3, and also the Wallaroos in WXV2.
Up the girls.
And then my best friends, Blackferns, they kick off tonight in WXV1. So make sure.
Who do they play?
They got England, France, Ireland.
That's a tough.
They play Ireland first, so.
Because they're first division, huh?
Yeah, number one. So make sure you go check it out on Rugby Pass TV. It's free. Just sign up, or at your local. If you're in Australia, then it's on Stan. So go check it out. Nems, thanks for calling in. If you're watching, make sure you like, subscribe. We'll see you next week. And go to Wallabies.
Naka.
Thanks, Danny.
See you, mate.
See you, boss.